Hello, Jet Setters. I'm Jeb Brooks from GreenerGrass.com.
And I'm Suzanne from GreenerGrass.com.
And we want to thank you for an amazing 2021. We had some incredible experiences that we got to share with you. Most importantly, we got married. So we shared that honeymoon with you, and there were some pretty epic experiences we had there, from Emirates First Class to Safari, so many.
Before we get started, we really just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who watches. And cheers to a wonderful, wonderful year.
Here. Cheers.
Cheers.
And cheers to you. Thank you for watching.
Did you really drink a sip this time?
Why does everybody always say, when I do like the cheers on the thing, inevitably I get comments saying I don't drink the champagne. I took a sip. I always take a sip.
Do you?
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay.
All right, let's get into these categories. If I look off camera, I'm just keeping track of what the categories are. Best travel experience of 2021. Suzanne, you kick us off.
Oh, ladies first. Okay, let's do it. My best travel experience of 2021, and there were a lot to choose from. I'm going to say train versus plane, which is faster.
That was a good one, and that was a lot of fun because we did that one together, and
it was just an epic day. We left DC in the morning on the Acela, only to spend about like an hour wandering around New York until we had to go to LaGuardia and come right back to DC. It was just a kind of a ridiculous travel day, but it was a lot of fun because we really didn't know which one was going to be faster till we got back to DC.
My answer is Safari.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I absolutely loved Safari, and that was a video that we put out there where we kind of experimented with putting a little bit more footage from the ground, sharing some of those unbelievable safari type experiences. That was just an amazing thing, and I wish everyone to get the chance to go on a safari at some point in their travel experiences. It's life transforming. Worst travel experience, category 2.
Okay, guys, and I don't think it's going to be a surprise to anyone who watched this video. Overnight on the Northeast Regional. A hotel on rails. That was just one of the worst nights of sleep, and I admitted I'm a light sleeper, so it shouldn't really have been a surprise to me that I didn't sleep well, but that was kind of a painful experience, only to get off the train in Boston and go to Logan and then get on a Cape Air flight for almost an hour and a half. So that was a tough travel day. Night and day, actually.
That was definitely the worst. It was the jet lag of travel.
Oh, is that yours too?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. We're the same page on this one. It was jet lag like you're traveling to Europe, but you're in Boston, which is a great city. I love Boston. We were there for 15 minutes until we flew off to Bar Harbor. Another great
But it shouldn't
town.
take 10 hours to get to Boston.
And I think it's worth saying we are train fans. We are rail fans. And we've had some great nights of sleep on the long-haul trains out west. Those rails just aren't built for sleeping. But the night owl was a cool experience. I'm glad we did it. Glad we don't have to do it again.
Next time, you get the top bunk, though.
Remember when your iPad fell on me? Travel meal of the year, category 3. Travel meal of the year.
And this might catch you off guard a little bit, since, we flew Q Suites. We flew Emirates First Class. No. My favorite travel meal of the year was on United Airlines, flying from Honolulu to Washington Dulles. The chicken katsu curry, it was so tasty. And, some people might knock it, but I love the food on United. I think they have some of the tastiest, most familiar meals. And that's what I want really on a plane. I don't want something too inventive. I really rarely ever have beef or fish on a plane because it just never really tastes that good to me. But the chicken katsu curry, it was comforting and it was delicious.
Well, mine is going to have to be La Premiere. That was just such an amazing experience, and the Air France have always taken their food very seriously. I think it's part of the French je ne sais quoi, and that flight really elevated it.
I can't believe you don't like Dole Whip, though. That's sort of weird.
Yeah, there was a comment. Some guy said, I bet he went and ate all the Dole Whip after that clip, and the answer is no. I really didn't like it, but I could go the rest of my life without eating anything sweet, and I'd be fine. It's the salt that gets me.
So when he's eating a dessert on the plane, it's for you.
It's literally for you. All right, most disappointing video experience. Now let me frame this up a bit. This has always been, this being YouTube, has always been a passion project. I started making videos, and then Suzanne and I met, and she's helped take this to the next level because she just has such a penchant for planning and details that I miss. So we do this. We make videos because we love to do it. The benefit of seeing the channel grow and getting to connect with so many of you is the bonus of the whole thing. A video performing or not performing, it doesn't really, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, because you're putting yourself out there, you want it to be successful, but it's not the motivating factor for this experience. So the most disappointing video performance, however, for me, it was our flight over Denali National Park. It was a scenic flight in a little Cessna, and it was the most beautiful aviation experience I've ever had. The weather was perfect, which happens not very often up there. The sun was shining, the snow was gleaming. It was really just a magical experience. And the video performance was disappointing in that I don't think enough people got to see and experience how beautiful that was.
Yeah, I kind of think this is one of the things that doesn't fully translate on video maybe, and is hard to come across unless you're there. So I can kind of understand it.
To be fair, you didn't feel that great after that flight, I don't think.
I was a little queasy.
Suzanne doesn't particularly like small planes as much as maybe I do.
Yeah,
is that fair?
I'll send you on more of those. Okay, mine is one from earlier in the year, and it's lounge hopping at Dulles Airport. I think that was the first video where I am front and center on the thumbnail.
You were toasting with champagne.
Yeah, it was a little like... So I was like I took it a little personally. I was a little bit offended that nobody wanted to click on that. And I just thought that was like a really fun day for us before we took a CRJ to Greensboro from Dulles to go to 3 international lounges. I thought that was sort of a fun experience. So anyway, I had fun doing it.
We chose to do that as a back-to-back video release. So on Saturday, we remember the Ode to 35X?
Yes.
I sang a song in the video. I will remember you. Will you remember me?
You placed a flower.
It's hilarious. But we released that on Saturday and then did lounge hopping at Dulles on Sunday. So sort of a back-to-back DC extravaganza. And I don't know if that hurt it, and if you're doing it because you have a real passion for whatever that topic is that you're sharing with the world, which we certainly do for transportation and travel, you can keep going. But it's not always peaches and cream. We don't always get it right. So let's take a quick break for a little bit of a blooper reel.
And here, emerging from the bush, is a rare Alaskan windsock.
Hello, jet setters and rail fans. I'm Jeb Brooks from GreenerGrass.com, and
I'm Suzanne.
Beware the rare Kenyan windsock.
It's no problem for me. Suzanne is a travel prodigy. Prodigy, that's not the right word. You think these bloopers are fake. They're not. This is very real.
Excited to be on the road, getting out of here. Nothing quite like flying out of PTI.
No.
this is Air Kenya. I can't wait to share it with you.
It's a little plain, but so worth it.
This is going well. What do you think?
I guess so.
I think it's going great.
Okay.
All right, with that out of the way, let's talk about travel destination of the year.
Okay, mine is Alaska. With COVID, we have been doing a lot more domestic travel. And Alaska just kind of blew me away in the scenery and just the feeling of being somewhere kind of foreign to me with the mosquito nets and just really being in the middle of nowhere out there in Denali in the bush. It was a lot of fun. I really love hiking, so that was had some stunning scenery and great opportunities for hiking. I thought that was unexpected and right in our own backyard virtually.
Yeah, that was a great trip. But for me, it was Egypt, specifically Aswan. That's another video that didn't get the traction that I wish that it had, because I wish more people had the chance to look at how beautiful this place was. But it was an experimental video. It was way more stuff on the ground than it was about Egypt Air's A220 experience. which was fantastic. But oh my gosh, such a beautiful part of the world that I had never really experienced. My time in the Middle East is minimal. Next up, a category exclusively for me, and it's Best Creative Direction of the Year.
Oh, shucks.
But this is not just about this year. This is the channel on the whole. The planning and execution. So if you look at that honeymoon experience, the number one focus was that we wanted to have experiences that we would enjoy and remember for the rest of our lives. And then sort of a backup is, hey, if we could make some cool videos, let's do that too. And Suzanne really planned that whole experience. And I could list pretty much every series or group of trips on the channel for the last 3 years, and her thumbprint is on them. The Best Creative Direction goes way beyond this 1 year. It's the true role you've played in supporting this community and in building this amazing experience that I cannot believe we get to do every week. The next category is just for Suzanne. It's the Best On-Screen Performance by Suzanne. The Best On-Screen Performance in a Video.
And you had a lot this year. Quite a talent. But I'm going to say the best on-screen performance in a video for you was hub hopping. I mean, imagine that. A whole day of 6 United Airlines flights back to back, all the way across the country from Newark to San Francisco. Pretty much, what was it, like 19 hours or something?
19 hours.
19 hours, 6 flights, 7 hubs. Yeah, that's, and you kept like a really positive attitude the whole time. You made some good jokes, even though I wasn't there. I would have liked to go, for the record. I would have gone on that trip with you, but the old 9 to 5. So you like kept a positive attitude, had some great jokes intermixed there, and really just kept the suspense up. I think I would have been freaking out if I got to Houston with those storms, and you just kept it positive and somehow got to San Francisco.
That video, like I woke up first of all, I woke up the next day in San Francisco with no idea where I was.
Yeah.
Like that was like, where am I? What is this? Number one. Number two about that video, I genuinely, I've said this every time this has come up to you. This is absolutely the truth. Cannot believe that worked out. Genuinely. But I'm glad it did. It was such a cool experience. Now, for all of you who comment that I didn't really do it because I didn't get to Guam, fair point. But there's no way to get to Guam from any mainland U.S. hub. So if I had anything to do over in that video, I would say every mainland U.S. hub for United. But whatever.
But what about Cleveland and Honolulu?
That's debatable too.
And Narita.
I believe we've checked with many United experts, and they feel that this is a pretty reasonable test for the airline. In any event, we're down to the final Jebby. I can't say that. Yeah, I can. The final Jebby. It's Trip of the Year. Suzanne, do you want to go first?
And I'm gonna say Wilderness to Waikiki. I'm kidding. It's the Newlywed World Tour, of course. How can we not pick our honeymoon? Well, I'm gonna pick our honeymoon. Not sure what you're gonna pick.
Of course I'm picking our honeymoon.
I think that was my first international trip after COVID started, and it was out of this world. It was completely, completely amazing. Some of our favorite experiences, like safari, getting to take Jeb to Egypt, the kind of like exotic feeling of the Seychelles. It was really a amazing re-entry into international travel for me, and obviously so special was our honeymoon.
Yeah, I mean, drop the mic. Like, what else can you say? That was an unbelievable experience, and we are so unspeakably fortunate to be able to have that and so many more, and to share it with you. And we want to say again, thank you so much for watching. It means the world to us.
And we hope that every one of you and your families have a very happy new year.
Between now and the next time, see you in the sky.